Welcome to The Business Behind Your Business, the podcast where we delve into the financial strategies and insights that drive success for small and medium-sized business owners. I'm your host, Paul Sweeney, and in each episode we bring you expert guests who share practical advice, real-world experiences, and actionable tips to empower you on your business journey. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, get ready to uncover the secrets to success and gain valuable insights into the business behind your business. Welcome to the Business Behind Your Business podcast. Look, we are just about to say goodbye to 2024, welcome in 2025, and it's a great opportunity for many people to start afresh when they come to a new year, to put aside some of the troubles, the struggles from the year that's been, and look forward to making next year their best year or their best year ever. And so how are we going to go about that? Often January, that first part of the new year, is used for reflection, making plans, deciding how we're going to do things differently. We're talking about how possibly can we reinvent our business model to make 2025 or our next year even better than it was before. So what we're going to do today is just we're going to do a brief, very quick fly through some of the key ideas that we've been discussing on the Business Behind Your Business podcast in 2024, and I encourage you to, if you haven't already listened, or if you're a new listener to the Business Behind Your Business, make sure you've subscribed so that you don't miss any future episodes, but also go back and take a look at some of our past content, because there's some really useful information there that's going to help you as you go through this process of designing a new business or a reinvented business to take you into 2025 in a more profitable, less stressful, more efficient, just supercharged, energized, and fun business for the next year. So I want to recap some of my. Look, it's hard for me to say favorite topics, favorite conversations, but there's some absolute critical ones which have been really inspirational, particularly to me, and I can see a lot of benefit to anybody that's actually taken some of that advice and already implemented. And look, I only need to go back a few episodes where we talked about this idea of moving from burnout to brilliance. How do you take a burnt out, exhausted team and turn them into a high-performing vehicle, high-performing assets, high-performing culture? And look, Trudy McDonald, we actually went through a number of key things there, and talking about reintroducing some accountability, but also having that strategic reset. And it's something that we did in our business, Premium Solutions, as accountants and advisors. We actually took this on board, booked in a strategic reset for the whole team. And we actually went through, not just some of the content that Trudy raised about how we could actually become a better performing, more energized environment, but how we can deliver better results for not just for our clients, but also for ourselves. And we came up with some great ideas as a result of that. So booking in that strategic reset, but also having a look at reintroducing some of the accountability that hasn't been there in recent times. If you listen to Trudy's conversation, we actually moved away from this whole idea of accountability, and we went too much on the other side to empathy. But by reintroducing some accountability, it's actually really lifted the motivation for our team. So I'm talking from some personal experience here, but actually had a big lift, because we made it a lot clearer what the standards that we were setting for ourselves were, and how do we measure that we're actually achieving that. We also looked at, hang on, of the things that we're doing, what shouldn't we be doing? Okay, what shouldn't we be doing? So each role, each person in the team, each part to play, what could be redesigned? Now, there's a fair bit of overlap here with some of the other topics, because we've had Bradley Hamner, Garrett Delph, particularly talking about getting more clarity, but actually looking at yourself as, the architect of your business. So how do we get more clarity? How do we get more process in there? But how do we avoid that situation where you as the business owner are doing it, and so much rests on you? And this is where we need to actually have a look at, step outside our business and think about it strategically and say, what is the purpose? Now, a lot of the conversations we had went back to this key idea of why does your business exist? What's the purpose? And what are you actually trying to do? What's the real core strategy? And being crystal clear about why you exist, what customers you want, and how you're going to go about it. And of course, what kind of profit are you going to achieve? And we've had conversations throughout, some great interviews, and I really, really encourage you to go back and listen to them again. Talking about how we can implement systems to do things better, but also looking at, well, hang on, as the business owner, what are the things that you're doing that you should not be doing? What are the $10 and $20 tasks that you're doing in your business that you don't need to? When we actually have a look at how is that process done, can it be done by somebody else? We can start to take a lot of the decision making, a lot of the burden away from you as the business owner, and create a culture, create a team, create a structure, create systems and processes to actually create a business that is efficient, effective, profitable, and doesn't depend on you. And that's a great, that's the goal. We created a business. We didn't create a job. We wanted a business, not a job. If we wanted a job, we could go and just get a paid job without having all the stress, all the worry, all the heartbreak, all the cash flow issues, all the employment issues, everything. But let's create that business. So looking at how do we systemize our business? How do we use AI as part of that process? There are some great tools. Technology has really evolved, but we've got an opportunity to use it clever, smart, and effectively in our business. So we'll have a look at some of the processes. And we talked about how we can improve our sales process. We've talked a fair bit about improving sales process, but also improving our ability to market to the right kind of customers. And this comes back to strategy. So being crystal clear about your strategy, crystal clear about who your customers are, how you're going to service them, what products or services you're going to deliver, and the pricing and profit that you need. So being crystal clear on those things. So talked a lot about being clear about our strategy, clear about why we are in business, and designing our business around that. Use systems, use technology, use your team, employ them, but be very careful about the way that you engage them so that you're actually getting effectiveness out of them, that you're creating a great work culture. You're creating an opportunity for them to give you their best effort and to be rewarded for that effort, not just financially, but also in that satisfaction of being able to do great work for you. And we've talked about some of the red flags that cause employees to be dissatisfied, employees to quit, and some of the ways that we are creating toxic culture. We dealt into that whole idea of micromanaging. And that's not good for a business owner, because if you're micromanaging, you're basically employing somebody to do a job, but you're still doing it for them, but with the extra cost. But at the same time as you're micromanaging them, you're not getting the key important processes, actions done that you need to as the business owner. So your team can be a great thing. We've got some red flags there that we talked about with Raj Nathu and James Frank. And we looked at some of the traps that are there, but also we had a look at what is the market. So we looked at the market and what's going on with employees in general. We talked about that with Paul Cripps a couple of times. What are our market conditions for employees? And what we found is it's tough. It's tough as an employer to get the right employees. So making sure that you hire smartly, hire effectively, and hire correctly are critical. But identifying who you actually need, well, that comes back again to, guess what? Your strategy. You've got to get your strategy right. You've got to identify exactly why you exist, what you're delivering, who your customers are, how you want to deliver, and how much profit you want to make. And once you've got that crystal clear strategy, designing every other part of the process, every other piece of the puzzle becomes a lot clearer, a lot easier. You've got to have that solid foundation, that solid base. All of the other things that we talk about, unless you're crystal clear about your business, your purpose, your strategy, you're going to struggle. And we want to avoid struggle. So let's get crystal clear about, why does our business exist? Why did you start it? Why did you start your business? What was the purpose? What were you excited about when you started your business? And look, if you haven't yet started your business, it's not all doom and gloom. There's some great things to discover about owning a business and growing a business and being profitable, but also achieving that other purpose, which may be you want to create a unique way of doing things. You want to create a new product that solves a major issue for a lot of people or some key people. Develop something new that doesn't exist. Create a profitable business so that you can create philanthropy in your community that you can give to organizations that need financial assistance. That might be a goal. But whatever you're doing, you've got to be crystal clear about what you're doing so that you can set up your processes correctly, employ the right people, sell the right products, market to the right people, have great systems and processes. It all comes back to purpose and strategy, being crystal clear on those. And I think that's my key message for every business owner at the moment. That they've got to be the foundations. They've got to be the starting points before you involve in designing, okay, what's my new strategy for the next year? What am I going to change? I'm going to change a couple of things, but let's go back and revisit. Why did you start your business? What's the purpose? Why do you exist? Because they are key things. And from that, every other decision will flow. And when you go back and revisit your purpose, your strategy, and get crystal clear on that, a lot of those things that are on that to-do list, that nagging list of things that you think you need to get done, well, a lot of them are going to drop down the list as not being important. They're also going to drop down the list, but maybe even they're going to drop off the list because you're going to realize, hey, that doesn't fit in with the purpose of what we're trying to achieve here. We've got a limited amount of resources. We're not going to spend time on this because it's not productive. It's not generating leads. It's not generating income. It's just a time suck. It's a money suck. Let's instead reallocate that resource to core activities that are actually going to drive revenue, drive profit, but be aligned with our purpose and strategy. So when we become crystal clear, we focus more sharply on the things that really matter. So we want to avoid those other things. And look, there's still going to be those annoying tasks that have to be done. But maybe you're not the right person to be doing that. You are not the right person. And maybe you can engage either a software tool, an AI tool, or even another employee or a virtual assistant or a contractor. Maybe they're the right person. Instead of learning a skill that you don't need, that's not core to your business, tap somebody on the shoulder and say, hey, I know you're good at this. Come and do this for me. I'll pay you. And you've got the result done by somebody who knows this stuff well, understands it, gets a professional result for you in a faster amount of time. And meanwhile, you're working on your business. And I mean working on, not working in your business, working on strategy, working on the processes, making sure everything is working so that you're creating a great business. So I hope you're encouraged, like me, about moving into a new year. Look, it has been hard across the globe for a lot of business owners. It's been hard work. Yes, we've seen profits growing, but it's been a slog. It's been hard. There's been a lot of hard work, a lot to overcome, but businesses are doing it. You guys are creating profits. You're creating strong businesses. So keep going. Make next year the best year ever. And look, equip yourself with the resources, the knowledge, and the expertise to give your business the best chance it can of having its best year ever. So thank you for listening. We really appreciate you listening, choosing to listen to the business behind your business. And as always, if there's a guest that you would love us to interview or a topic you would love us to cover or a question you have, please reach out to us. You can email us at podcast@thebusinessbehindyourbusiness.com or jump on board, get online, go to the website at www.thebusinessbehindyourbusiness.com and leave a question for us there or comment on any of the posts in social media or just below in the comments section. Once again, Paul Sweeney signing off for 2024 and wishing you a great, prosperous and successful 2025. That's a wrap for this episode of The Business Behind Your Business. We hope you found today's discussion insightful and valuable for your business journey. Before we go, don't forget to subscribe to our podcast on your favourite platform. Share it with fellow business owners who could benefit, and send in your burning questions because we love hearing from you. Missed any of our previous episodes or looking for additional resources to help grow your business? Head over to our website at thebusinessbehindyourbusiness.com. There you'll find our full archive of past episodes along with show notes, transcripts, and links to valuable resources mentioned in each episode. Your journey to business success continues at thebusinessbehindyourbusiness.com. Until next time, stay inspired, stay informed, and keep building the business of your dreams.